What up, Brookago? What up, fam? How's everybody doing? This is Spawn on Me, and I'm your host, Kahlief Adams. This is the premier podcast spotlighting people of color in the video game industry. What the deal be? It is Black History Month. We are here on the front page of Twitch. Shout out to everybody in podcast land. Shout out to everybody in Twitch land. Shout out to everybody in Yo Mama, too. We see her. She hanging out. She doing her thing. I saw her twerk. I'm not going to say anything about that because it's Black History Month. We can't talk about that because it's not the time. But I am super excited. I am very hyped because we have amazing folks rocking with us this week. But before we get to them, I have to say, yo, the love that everybody gave on the Marvin Bing episode, we talked a lot about esports. We talked a lot about bringing Black people to the table when it comes to making sure that we are represented within those spaces last week. If you missed that episode, you need to get your life right. Make sure you go get that bad boy on all of our podcast feeds, Spotify, Apple, iTunes, all that wonderful stuff. And if you haven't checked out our latest episode with some more thoughts on our Patreon, please go check that out. We had a great conversation around the DICE Summit. We also talked a little bit about the passing of Kobe Bryant. So it was a very cool and poignant show. And I hope that you all got a chance to check that out. And you can get it first if you go to our Patreon and check that out there. And then it goes to our feeds like all the other shows a couple of days later. So, yo, Black History Month, we are here to share and showcase Black excellence. And there is no other folks that I have to talk about when it comes to that particular part of the deal than Tre and J from Team Hazzard Brothers. Yo, fam, I'm so excited to rock with y'all tonight. You have no idea how happy and excited I am that you're going to be joining us this week. Fam, how are you all doing tonight? How is everything going?
Man, bless, brother, bless, you know?
Bless, can't complain, brother.
Yo.
Complain.
Hey, you look good, man. You look good.
Like, honestly.
I mean, y'all are looking beautiful right now. Y'all got your cut. Y'all got the matching sweatshirts going on right now. Y'all got
you like, you know what I mean?
Oh.
This is boof.
It had to go with my gear, you know what I mean? It had to go with my gear.
The branding is strong. The energy is live. Thank you again for coming through and rocking with me tonight. I remember seeing the first stream that I saw from both of you, and I remember the first thing I thought was the energy that you two bring to the show and to your streams is phenomenal. It is one of the things that when I think about kind of moving the space forward, changing up the way that the game looks and feels and plays on Twitch, the things that you two are doing with your streams is like exemplifying that. It is something that I'm super excited about. So again, thank you so much for coming through, especially in Black History Month, in our front page position tonight. So again, thank you so much for coming through.
Thank you for having us.
Of course, thank you for having us. It's an opportunity for us as well too.
Yeah. So I want to get right into it because first of all, we got to talk a little about earlier today. Because the beauty of what you all do is you bring fun to the table. You two are some of the best Call of Duty players I've ever seen on the planet. And that alone is just something that I want to dig into. But a little bit earlier, I want to talk about, you had a really cool announcement that you got to share with your folks in the crew, right? What was the deal that happened earlier today?
Well, you know,
Go ahead and take it.
the two most handsome brothers on Twitch, you know, I don't mean to brag or to toot my own horn, but you know,
toot it up then.
You know, I'm a little meat right now. You know,
toot it up.
We was on the front page of Twitch just hours ago, you know, doing a sponsored stream for Coke Energy.
Look at that right there.
Hey, Coke Energy, how y'all doing? How y'all feeling? Y'all good? Y'all good? You know, matter of fact, hold on, let me get right. Yeah, that's good right there. You know what I mean? But other than that, you know, we just been working, man. Just been working, grinding, just taking it one day at a time.
Yeah, I want to get into the grind part of the conversation. I want to go back. I want to go way back to when you first started kind of making content and becoming a content creator. What was the impetus? What was the start of Tre and J becoming this monolith of content that we see coming out through the world? What was the beginning parts of all that?
You know, it's funny you ask. It's funny you ask. How this all started was back in Call of Duty Ghosts. Our oldest brother Moni, he pretty much had a PS4, and this is when the first PS4 came out. You know what I mean? Like the whole
the one that looked like
the toaster oven.
Yeah, the one that looked like a ham and cheese sandwich.
The toaster oven. And pretty much around that time, that was when streaming off the PS4 just started happening, just started rolling around live on PlayStation. And I've been playing Call of Duty for about 15, 16 years. I've been playing since like Call of Duty 2, Call of Duty Big Red 1, so on and so forth. So I've always had a talent in Call of Duty, and I just figured one day, like, why not just get on stream and showcase it? Now, I didn't have a mic, headset, nothing. Like, I was just pretty much playing just to show my gameplay.
Yeah.
And I started streaming my junior year in high school, and I was just doing it for fun. And pretty much one day I was streaming, and somebody by the name of Fireman334 came into the stream and pretty much said, "Hey, you're really good. Would you like to join this gaming org?" And I was like, I mean, sure. Like, I was just doing it for fun. Like, I never thought about doing this for money or anything like that. Mm-hmm. I just wanted to entertain and just showcase our personality. It was good. So it really was. So long story short, he talks to the leader of the group. The name of the org was Quad Core Gaming at the time. Mm. And pretty much they picked me up, and my first stream on, I had like over like 200, 300 viewers, which was kind of not unheard of, but it wasn't really likely with the people that were in the group at the time.
Yeah.
So that automatically, like, I wouldn't say propelled, but it kind of solidified my spot in there because they saw like what I brought to the table. So I was in the group for about maybe like 2 to 3 weeks, maybe a month. And from time to time, Tre will come into the camera and he would like crack jokes, like help me read comments, like just also entertain with me. Yeah. And one day I was playing, and Tre was sitting in the back, and the leader of the group, his name was Wick. He was in the stream, and he was like, hey, Jay, does your brother stream? And I was like, no, not really. Not at all. And he was like, oh, I mean, he's really entertaining. But how about we give him a trial stream? And I was like, okay, I don't mind. So that same night, Tre was playing Battlefield 4.
Oh, that's my joint. That's my joint.
Battlefield 4 at the time.
Yeah,
that's my
when
joint.
It just came over to PS4 and it was like, it had all the issues in it.
Right. Yeah. So pretty much that same night, Tre had a trial stream, killed it, absolutely killed it. After that, the leader of the group pretty much approached me, told me to pass on the message, asked Tre if he wanted to join the group as well.
Yeah.
Tre agreed, and then from there, we just started. Tre and I was just running the show. We were just running the group. Like, Again, disclaimer, I don't mean to toot my own horn.
Toot it.
I don't mean to toot it.
Toot it up.
But at some point, mm-hmm. Tre and I literally stole their whole fan base to where they didn't even want to watch the other streamers in the group.
Wow.
Like, there were other people that would get on in the group, and viewers would come in and be like, who is this? Who are you? Where are the two brothers? Where's Jay? Where's Tre?
Yeah,
we don't want to watch this. Hey. We want to watch COD and Battlefield.
Yeah. It got bad at a certain point. You started to feel like animosity between us and everybody else. Mm-hmm. So then our oldest brother jumped in there too. So then, when they started realizing that fans were just like, yo, the entertain. It's not that you guys aren't entertaining. It's just that there's levels to the entertainment. Mm-hmm. And when somebody comes in and they come in at a level 20 and you only at a level 5, it kind of overshadows you where it's like, yo, come on, like, So then, after that, like it got bad, and then we was just like, you know what? Why? My mom had came up to RIP to our mother, but she had came to us one day. She was like, baby, why are you guys streaming on this platform? Huh. Like, you guys should be doing this on your own platform. She was like, have y'all been getting paid for this? And I'm like, no, that's funny because we been getting donations, and then we find out that the dude that was running the channel was giving our donations that's coming to us. He was giving it to the people that wasn't even streaming on the channel anymore just to pay them off because they was going through. And I'm like, whoa, it was like we had made like somewhere around like 1,000.
Didn't see a single dime.
Didn't see a single cent from it. And I'm like, okay, you know what? So then we created, Team Hasbros. We started off with 3 of us, and then some things happened. My brother, things changed. So then he was like, you know what? This just not for me, bro. I got to focus on me. Like, I got to get a job that's, that's stable. And we all know how Twitch can go. Like, you can go a long time and not make any money from Twitch. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Just streaming.
Oh, no doubt.
So we went on that. We went on a tear, and then we were Team Hasbros for a while. Then we had.
Also want to add. Go ahead. I also want to add with our dynamic of us 3. I would stream Call of Duty. our oldest brother Moni would stream 2K and Tre would stream Battlefield.
Oh.
So pretty much we were kind of like a powerhouse.
Yeah.
To where everybody knew Moni was on during the afternoon. I was on at night, but I had to go to bed because I still at school. And Tre would carry out.
I was on booty call. You know what I mean? Hey, Kahlief, you know what I'm talking about?
Tre was taking them. Tre was taking them Battlefield care packages and giving them out late at night.
I was on the back page hours, you know.
All right, bro. You're gonna stop. You're gonna stop. You're gonna stop.
So I guess hold on. So I guess that means that Tre just plays mostly support.
Yo,
that's what we're doing. That's what we're doing.
Yo, look, let me tell you. All
right.
So look. So with the hours being like that, we were able to like pull in like a lot of people, a lot of people that watch us now still watch us from then.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we were able to pull in a lot of people. But then one day I seen our brother playing 2K, and he was getting bodied. I mean, like they was dunking on him. Like, they was just picking on him the whole time. And then I had seen his teammates we had seen his teammate he was running with. And we was like, bro, hey, man, these dudes is buns.
He was running with random. That's why.
He was running with random.
He was just stepping on the guy next spot. Like, hey, yo, my man, I got next. Pick me up.
He was, I mean, look, when I tell you he was on 3v3 just getting bodied, I'm like, all right, man, these is bums.
He needs some help.
So then I thought, I went to Jay one day and I was like, yo, bro, what would it be like if three brothers came in and played 2K together? It's 3v3, so what would it look like if we did that? And then it was like, it turned into this big thing, like where it was three of us, three brothers in 2K16. I mean, just running people off the court. Now, mind you, I was a bot in 2K at that time. I was a bot.
He wasn't a bot. He just wasn't at his full potential.
Let me tell you, I had no defense.
He had a Super Saiyan foundation, but he couldn't get to Super Saiyan 5 just yet.
Hey, Kahlief, you know when you bad at something, like you like pick one thing to be good at. So I was like, hey, look, I'm gonna just pass, bro. All
right, bro. All right,
I'm gonna do this ramen, but I'm gonna just learn how to pass, bro. So I just started learning how to just pass. I'm like, look, I'm gonna just be the Magic Johnson of this team. With no defense. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna be like, I'm gonna be Magic Johnson with no defense, bro.
With no defense.
So then like I just started learning. And then like people like, shout out to like Pretty Boy Fredo, shout out to Annoying. We started seeing like, you know, we were doing it for fun. You know, you just get on, you just enjoying it. But then when I started seeing, you know, like Fredo and all these other guys that were like making bands, I'm like, wait, you can make this much?
Mm-hmm.
Then it was like, it became a real like focus point. So I'm like, look, my career is over. I'm done with playing real life basketball. Like I'm out of high school. I'm out of shape.
Yeah.
There's no way I'm about to go try to go play for a community college. I'm not doing that. So I love video games. It's always been my best. So I'm like, you know what? Let me take this serious. So then 17 came out. When 17 came out, like Jay and I, my oldest brother, he played for a little bit, but then that's when, you know, like life hit him. And I was like, yo. So then like we were still Team Hasbros, but it was just me and him. So then we started like trying to find like other people to like come in and help us out. But then the real branch came from 18. One day, Jay and I woke up. Now, shout out to all the people that ran with us at that time, my boy Peasy and Uno and the THF. But Jay and I was just like, you know what, bro? What would it be like if two brothers only ran twos? Now, we got all these other, now mind you, there's a lot of great players out there. Don't get me wrong, there's a lot of great players. But me and you got something that they don't have.
Right.
Because this comes from real life. Like me and you really trained together for real in real life. When you was a kid, I was your coach. You was with me. Like we was at 24-hour fitness every day, 6 in the morning, like training until, you know when you go to 24 and everybody show up at 12, we there at 6. The gym empty. You can smell that cold in the air in the gym.
That cold in the air.
That cold. You know where all
the weights don't stink either. The weights don't stink. It don't smell like sweat.
The old men just at 10 o'clock, they just now finished shower. So we missing all the old balls in there. Like we missing all that. We already in the gym.
Ain't no Harry Bun action over here.
So now it's like, so now we brought like a real, me and him brought this like real chemistry, this realistic gameplay to the game. Come over to 19, and I mean, at the end of 18, just dominated. Nobody could beat us. Then come over to 19, and then nobody could beat us. And then I was just like, we came to a point where it was like, you know what? Let's change our name. Because Team Hasbros, it sounds like a group. We're not a group, we're a duo. And then Tre and J. And that's how we became Tre and J.
It's First of all, old dudes in the gym give no Fs. They don't care about your life.
No,
they don't care about your health. They don't care about your feelings. They'll just be up in there doing Captain Morgan poses, butt naked for no reason. It's not reasonable. It's not nice. It's just mean. It's just mean, but they don't care.
What a whole peanut butter and jelly sandwich, just naked, just sitting there like,
don't care.
Yeah, man, you know.
Talking about, yo, what's up, young blood? What you gonna run? I'm like, yo, I'm running away. That's what I'm doing. I'm running away.
Hey, don't make me put the leg up.
No, don't make me
put the leg up.
That's what I'm saying.
You've never been uncomfortable until you see a pair of 60-year-old Weibos bent over in front of you, like, just like, okay, you know what? This
my
is
man. Can you put them prunes up? Can you put that beef jerky up, bro?
I pay my bills.
Fam, it's worse than Candyman.
I pay my taxes.
It's worse than Candyman. That joint will change your life and ruin you forever. But
yes, sir.
Scars you mentally.
No doubt. I've never been the same.
Talk to me.
One of the things that I want to touch upon that you just talked about was the chemistry that you two have together. It is evident as soon as you come in through to a stream that you two are hosting and that you're playing in, that the important parts of that communication, it's not even really camaraderie at that point because you're family. What's it been like to kind of grow this, to grow your channel, to grow your content while being family? Because that's not easy. There's times when I'm sure you wake up and look at each other and be like, I don't like you today. Why? Because it's Tuesday. And you and you go through the process of trying to figure that stuff out. What's the conversation around that?
All of this happened. The reason why Jay and I work so well together is because we've already been through our hurts and pains when we started growing together as coach and brother. At that time, Jay didn't look at me as an older brother. He looked at me as a coach, as a mentor. So, when Jay was going through elementary and he was going through middle school and he was going through high school, I was there every day. I was with him, a lot, more than my pops could actually be with him. My mom, I was with him every day. We were outside training. So whenever all those disputes and arguments and that we would have ever had, that was like intense, that was all left on the court. That was all left on, at the gym. That was left there. So coming over to this, where this is non-physical, this is all mental. This is easy. Like this right here, this is easy. The hardest stuff has already been done, years ago when we were just kids growing up and I'm teaching him how to play basketball and then teaching him how to be, all the mistakes that he's going to make in the world. I've already made these mistakes. So you don't get to make these mistakes. You don't have this excuse and all the other stuff. And then, just the natural day-to-day is like, I want to sleep. I want to rest. You'll rest when you make it. You'll rest when you know what I mean? Like those day-to-day, all that stuff already happened, way later. So us coming to Twitch and YouTube and stuff. Oh, this is the bread and butter. This is easy.
Yeah.
This is easy.
Yeah.
Can I add something to that?
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
Let me just go ahead and sprinkle a little something up in there. Sprinkle something up in there.
The cupcake already there. Just gonna put the little sprinkles on.
Oh yeah, let me go ahead and sprinkle something in. Also, shout out to our parents. Shout out to our parents. They really instilled a foundation in us to always be your brother's keeper, always to look after your family members. So we never even had any type of physical fights or anything like that. Like even if it was a verbal altercation that may have looked like it was gonna get loud, our parents would come in and just squash it immediately.
Yeah,
they was like, dope. Look, try to argue if you want to. I'll whoop you right now. I'll whoop both of y'all.
We've actually been whooped for that. No, I'm not gonna lie.
Seriously.
We've actually been whooped. Like our parents took it so far as like if we was ever in the room, back in the good old days when NBA Live was was the game right there.
NFL Street,
NBA Street, Def Jam, Smash Bros. All of those like if ever we was in the room and we was like, I'm better than you, I'm better than you, I'm better than you. My pops would come in the room, smack everybody in the back of the head, just like and just be like you like sound effect. It would just be like
oh, when they lick the finger, that's when you're about to die.
Man,
you're about to get it.
Oh my goodness.
My pops didn't play. He was like, none of y'all better than me. Nobody's better than anybody in here. If you're not in here trying to help the other person reach your level, it don't mean nothing. And that's how it's always. That's why, like, if Jay and I, when we'll have fans come in, and you've seen it multiple times. A fan will come in and be like, "Who's better between Tre or Jay?" You will never ever hear me say me, and then Jay will be like him, because what people want to see is they want to see Cain and Abel. They want to see us go, "What? You're not better than me. I'm better than you. I've been better than you since '95." Like, you know, like that's not us. You know, my pops didn't play that. He was just like, look, if you not gonna help him reach that level to where if your brother plays somebody else, he lose, I'm gonna whoop you because he lost.
Sure did.
And that's just how it was. So for us, it's not about being better. It's about if he reaches a certain level and he gets there, or I reach a certain level or something, that means that you don't get the opportunity to be down here. You're gonna come up here regardless. Or we're not gonna do this at all. So, you know, it's a family thing.
Yeah, one of the coolest parts about checking out your work has been not only just seeing the kind of family love that goes on in the stream, because y'all give each other crap, and I see that stuff, and it's great.
Sometimes I really don't like him, Kahlief. Like, I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, sometimes, like, just looking at his face, just really. No, I'm just playing.
I gotta sit next to Russell Westbrook every night.
All right, bro. All right, dude.
Hey, Kahlief, got him.
All right, dude. All right, dude. All right, bro.
Little Giannis face. All
right, bro.
Little Antetokounmpo face.
All right.
Oh.
Watch after this interview. All right.
Oh, that's the best thing ever. Oh my God.
You know what?
See,
I didn't get you today. I did. I got you today. I did.
But that's the beauty of what you two bring, right? It's like those kinds of things, again, you don't see on Twitch. Like, you've seen, again, like teams of folks doing stuff. You've seen, houses kind of do their thing and be like, oh, we're 100 Thieves or whatever. And having that kind of that togetherness that you both have is something that's even cooler. What's the other part of the kind of secret sauce that you feel is making what you do special? Like, what's the thing that when you think about the ethos of Tre and J, what does that kind of look like in your minds?
So I'll give my side first. I'll give my side.
Go ahead.
To be honest with you, for me, failure.
Huh.
Honestly.
I'm sorry, I had a little butter from laughing too much. I apologize. Okay, hey, Kahlief, I'm sorry. I told you we gonna kill you all night today. I'm telling you.
Trey was about to hit a sermon real quick. He's like,
let me tell you. You know,
there's about to be in there.
You see, he got the rag. You see
Yo.
it. You see it.
See, hold on. I appreciate anybody who carries a rag. I'm not gonna put this on you. I'm gonna say this is directly about me. My big ass sweat a lot, so I gotta carry a rag for real.
Hey, you know what it is? I use the bandanas because I like to have style to it. Like, I don't want to just have like a kitchen towel. Like, you see that, because sometimes the kitchen towels that little lint come off.
So you good?
Now you got a little lint right there on your forehead. Like, oh, come on, man.
So you good? Because my just look like stuff that you wash down cars with. I be like, yo, why Kahlief got a chamois? What the hell is that about?
You got a sham wow.
He got them sham wows over there.
If I get a Spawn on Me sham wow, if I can get a licensed sham wow, I would do
it. It's Spawn Me. I'm signing off. Woo!
Look like I just ran a slavery mile, just sweating for no reason. No reason.
But in all honesty, what truly like sets us apart, for me personally, failure. And for me, he got to sit there and watch me fail. You know what I mean? Like, I failed in front of him. Like, it wasn't like, and I'm not too proud to say it, or I'm very transparent. I will let people know all the time. Not everybody has a success story. Not everybody has a Tim Duncan story, like where you don't do something and then you come like your last year and you're just amazing. You go to college. Like, not everybody has that. For me personally, I failed. Just to be honest to God truth, I failed. In school, I did great. Don't get me wrong. I graduated 3.2 GPA, but it didn't take me to college. The college I wanted to go to, which was Ohio State. Wow, they was like, nah, not gonna happen. You need that. You need that 3.8 with them high test scores. But then I got accepted to a college, but I really didn't. My mom was like, nah, you're not going there. That's too far. So it's like, when you fail, I failed in sports. I wasn't able to be the athlete that I thought I could be. I took so many injuries, and I was just like, yo, is this what failure feels like? Is this what my life is? Like, am I one of those people that just you're just never gonna make it? It looked good. Like, you have these amazing moments. People tell you all the time, that word that always is thrown around, potential. We all hear that. We all hear it. We all hear that word potential. But then, like, you never reach that potential, but then you don't know what that is. You have no clue what that is. And that's what it was for me. I always had that word potential being thrown around, and I was never able to reach my full potential. I always took injuries. I always had an excuse of, oh man, I can't because my mom is sick. I can't travel with the team. Oh well, then you're on the bench. I mean, if you can't travel, well, I can't. My mom is sick. What do you want me to do? I can't go to extra practices. I can't work out late at night like you guys can. I got to be at home. And that's one of the things is failure. Like I grew up with a sick mother. We grew up with a sick mother, and our mother wasn't able to, go out like parents could, show up to the games like she could, like other parents could. My mom would have a seizure. You know what I mean? Just if she got too hot.
If it was too hot.
And basketball gyms in the hood, man, them be homemade saunas.
Basically.
Breath in the air. You know what I mean? Like it was just for me, I failed. And then when I was in my senior year, I looked at Jay and I was like, there was no way in hell I'm gonna let you fail the way I failed. So then I just took it upon myself. I didn't wait for anybody. I didn't wait for somebody to come in and step in and be like, here, Jay, I'll train you. No, when Jay was a kid, what I wanted to be trained as a kid from elementary all the way up, like we couldn't go to AAU. He couldn't travel because I had to be somewhere close enough to my mom to where like, if anything were to happen, I can help her. So we had a basketball court outside and I was like, look, I started watching Magic Johnson videotapes. Like, is that back then? That's what you had. You had the Magic Johnson tapes to learn how to dribble. You had the and one tapes.
Showing a lot of age here, buddy.
Basketball.
Showing a lot of age here, buddy.
And but honestly, the honest got truth though. I studied it and then I looked at it. I looked at my favorite players, the people I looked up to, and I'm like, that's when I started to learn to analyze. When you fail, you learn to be analytical. You learn to get better. You learn to pay attention to the little details. The reason why you're missing out on opportunities because you're not trying to find them. So then it's something clicked in me, was like, you know what? I'm gonna make every dream that he wants come true, but then I'm gonna get something, I'm gonna do something for me too. This is for me, not just him, but this is for me, knowing that I can actually succeed at something if I really do it for myself and not wait for everybody else to do something for me. So it was just failure. That for me, my side of the channel, it was failure. And finally, like, you know what? I'm sick and tired of being a failure. I'm sick and tired of being looked down on. Like, oh, you're just another kid from the hood, or you just hey, what, you got excuses? No, forget the excuses. Forget the excuses. Let's work, man.
Work.
That was beautiful.
Thank you, bro.
Can I get some?
I appreciate it.
That was beautiful.
I love it.
I like that.
Jay, any thoughts on that?
Me personally, my side of the channel, mine was just, honoring our mom, because when we were actually streaming serious and we were streaming consistently, mind you, we were all three of us were in the same bedroom. So we all just had little like blow up beds, like, and we were just making it work. And streaming that consistently every night, that burns a lot of power. So our mom was paying like $800 power bills. So
oh wow.
Yeah. So
in California,
shout out to Cali, but Cali ain't cheap. Cali ain't cheap. Cali ain't cheap. So with that being said, like, I just wanted to, honor the sacrifice that she made. And also, knowing myself, like, I've always had an outgoing personality. Like my personality has always been higher than working a 9-to-5. Like even working a 9-to-5, like I feel like I'm entertaining as myself, like just making people laugh. I'm always nice to people. Like I thoroughly enjoy, inspiring people, making them laugh, making them happy, putting smiles on their face. And, I just figured with the dynamic of the talent that I have in Call of Duty with my personality, it's unbeatable, because I never wanted to be just a only gameplay type of person. Like Tre and I have never wanted, or nor have we ever been one-dimensional. We've always been being able to do multiple things. So I just figured, like, if we're going to do this, we're going to do it 150%, and we're going to give it our all, because the last thing I want to do is have any regret whatsoever. I never want to say, oh, I should have did this, or things would have been different. No, I want to leave everything I got in this craft, and I want to invest in this craft 100% and take it serious and see where it takes us. Honestly, that's my part of the channel. Yeah.
I think that is, first of all, that was amazing. It was great to hear the backstory of where you've all kind of gotten to this place. But it makes me really happy to know that this is, besides the camaraderie and the brothership that you have between you two, that especially what you just shared, Jay, about, kind of doing this for your mom and doing this for your fam and being that thing that kind of propels not only you two, but them. It's something that I think everybody at home can take and kind of crystallize that and keep that with them. Y'all, this is dope right now. We're going to take a quick 2-minute break. This is the kind of stuff you get nowhere else but Spawn on Me. Massive love to Tre and J, who are killing it right now. That man brought out the towel. He got the sweat going. There was talks about old ass Magic Johnson basketball video and all that stuff. So we're going to take a quick break. Everybody hold on to your seats. We'll be right back after this.
That was only 2 hours.
You gonna mess up that check.
Welcome back to the Spawn on Me podcast. I'm your host, Kahlief Adams. We are cutting up in the back, just doing our thing.
You can't take us nowhere, I'm telling you.
I'm rocking with Tre and J. They are doing their thing. They have been blowing it up, and they have been rocking it this week, and especially on the show tonight. They have just been bringing all the fire. And shout out to everybody in the chat right now who's bringing such great energy. You have no idea how fantastic that is. That is testament to the audience that Tre and J have built over the past couple of years.
Hey, H-Fam, I see y'all up in there, baby.
Yes,
I see y'all.
Yes, sir. One of the things that I wanted to dig into was it is very difficult to figure out how to kind of get to your niche and what kind of like when you're in the pocket and trying to figure out, a lot of streamers have this issue where they're trying to figure out how to get to the game that they want to get to that's going to cement them in terms of like what they're kind of known for. You two have figured out a way to, like, just through your skills alone and, of course, the entertainment that you bring, do some really cool stuff on the Call of Duty side. The first time I saw you, I think Jay was on like a 30 streak, Tre was on like a 35 streak, and it was great because it seemed effortless and flawless. Like there was no, like you weren't sweating, you weren't mad, you weren't tripping. I want to talk about, why this particular game has become the bread and butter for Tre and J streams, and what has it been like to kind of grow the community around Call of Duty?
Well, honestly, this wasn't necessarily a last hope, but with the circumstances we were under, we knew that we had to branch out, and this was a decision that we were planning on making for years because we kind of were starting to fade away with having that passion for playing 2K, entertaining 2K, because the community is just something else. The community is just something else. So, we already had it in mind to switch to another game, which we did in 2K18. We switched to H1Z1 when it came over to console, came over to PlayStation. We had switched over, lasted a week, and then we were just like, you know what? We just didn't feel like it was the right time. So we pretty much rolled out 2K18, then 2K19 came, and we pretty much like started to blow up, and we were on the up and up, and we were the heads of the community. But we realized when you got up there, it wasn't really what it was all cracked up to be. Like from the outsiders looking in, you see views and you automatically assume that man is making like an abundance of money. But when you actually get there, you see like it feels normal. Like I'm still not really where I want to be. So this was a discussion that we had multiple times. And
can I throw a joke in there real quick?
Go ahead, brother.
Just a quick joke. The dudes be like, "Yo, look at my chain. What's up?" Ah, and then they be like this. Oh. Did you get it? Did you get it? Let me know if y'all got it. Did you catch it? Did y'all catch it?
You might have to break that down.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
You're not gonna break it down?
No, I'm not.
They gotta catch it?
Go ahead. They gotta catch it. Go ahead.
So pretty much, Tre and I, we sat down.
Wait, he said he got it. It's in the morning.
He finally got it.
No, I knew, but it hit twice. Like it's because I just had a flashback.
I'm gonna kill you today.
You're killing them.
Hey, at some point, I'm gonna do the intro to your own stream. I'm gonna do the intro at some point. I'm telling you.
Hey, I want everybody to send me bumpers and stuff. Team Green Necks. Team Green Necks out there, they be doing their thing.
It's gonna be the sway in the morning. It's spawn in the morning. In the morning.
Yes, sir.
Go ahead,
in the morning.
Go ahead, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
So pretty much the full decision of us switching over to call was decided when we went on vacation. We went to go visit Cali, we went to go visit family, and while we were on vacation, a lot of big names in the 2K community, their accounts were getting hacked. And, at the stature we were at, we didn't want to get hacked because our accounts are very important to our business and also memorabilia, so on and so forth. So at the time, all we had was Call of Duty Black Ops 4, Fortnite, and pretty much that was about it.
And I wasn't about to play no Fortnite.
And so Tre and I sat down while we were on vacation and we just decided, like, you know what? I think this is the best decision. We talked to our family about it and they pretty much were saying, this is the best decision for you guys to make. So when we came back from vacation, we immediately hopped on, started streaming Black Ops 4. And I can say that that journey transitioning from the 2K community to the Call community was very, very, very rough, to say the least. It was very rough. You know,
a lot of backlash.
A lot of comments that were hateful. You know, our YouTube channel. It was a really tough, grueling process to get through because, you know, Tre and I, we prided ourselves on having our supporters not as just fans, but actually as family. Like when we regard to our Twitch chat, we regard to them as family and our subscribers and so on and so forth. So to make this transition, and we were expecting it to, you know, go smooth. Like we're thinking about branching out and trying to further our brand and do bigger and better things. That wasn't the feedback that we received, or should I say, 90% of it wasn't good.
90%.
90% of it.
It was not for every 9 people that hated us, it was one person that was like, "We're right here, like we still got y'all," like, you know, and that kind of like faded off because, you know, we saw where our potential was, and I felt like, you know, the way that we are, it didn't fit that formality. It didn't fit. You know, you can see we're high energy. We, you know, and we don't use the N word. We don't really cuss. So when you different and it don't fit, it's like trying to put a cinder block in a square. It's not gonna work. These won't fit each other. So it was painful. Like it was painful going from the stature that we were at, and we were like way up here, and then all of a sudden you just fall from grace all the way back down to the bottom, and then you're just sitting back. You just start contemplating, you know, thinking like, you know, maybe I should just go back to my 9 to 5. Like maybe I should just call my old manager back, like, yo, hey, you still for me, you know, because you know things might not work. But then when you, again, I told you that failure. When you felt that before, you're like, nah, this ain't failure. This not fair. This is a setback. This is not a failure. Even James Harden hit step backs. So you know what I mean? Like it wasn't a failure. It was more like, this is just another opportunity for us to show people the fact that you left. I'm going to make it clear that I am who I am. I'm built to do this. No matter if you're here or not, I'm going to replace you. I don't care if you left. You're going to get replaced, period. And then when you come back, I'm going to still welcome you with open arms. Like how Big Mama let you commit crimes. The church be talking about you, but Big Mama going to always love you.
And give you a nice plate of food.
You know what I mean?
Baby, I got your plate in the oven.
Hit you in the back of the spatula. It got a little spinach on it, like got a little ham hock and spinach on it, like always messing up, but I still love you. You know, and that's how Jay and I are. We're so transparent. You know, like I don't ever want people to think that TreAndJ just Hollywood, or no matter how big we get. We were averaging 1,800 viewers in 2K. Wow. You know, and never could anybody message us, and I did not respond. I always responded to people. You know, even to this day, I still respond, even if it takes me a minute to respond back to you because I'm always busy. But I try to respond to people. I try to help make somebody's day. And I saw Kevin Hart. He was saying, I'll never turn a fan down if they want a photo with me, no matter how tired I am, because I know that picture will inspire them or help them in some time. I'm doing my part by and that's how I feel. Like I want to make sure that I always respond to somebody on Twitter. I always show love, no matter, even if, you know, like I said, the backlash that we received just for a game. You would think that a game. Yeah, what did you do? Did you hit your wife on the stream? Yeah, did you hit your wife on stream? No. Was you caught in like some case or no? Did you kill somebody? No. I just switched games, and everybody was like, "F this channel, y'all dead. We done with y'all." Yeah.
And I also want to add, even still to this very day, we still get backlash and for switching. Still get hateful comments on our YouTube channel. That honestly, at this point, I just don't have the energy to deal with it no more. Delete. If it's anything remotely negative, you're getting deleted. And even in our Twitch, like some people may come in still, oh, y'all don't play 2K no more. Oh, this channel dead. Y'all fell off.
Yeah.
Y'all some sellouts. Y'all. It'd be like, what? What?
And the thing is, and to go back to your point, like why switch? Because when you look at LeBron James is on his 17th season, right?
Mm-hmm.
You have not seen a slowdown in him yet. He's still going just as hard as he was before because he's going for something. Right. There's something we don't know what he's fighting for, but he's fighting for something. The last thing I want to get into, or the last thing I wanted to fall into was that trap of not pushing myself anymore. When I played 2K, I had no more passion. I had no more drive. Like I would get on, beat people, get off, and never touch the game. And when I realized I was doing that, I'm like, yo, I would make a video, and the video would be half made. Like I'm like, all right, let's just shoot like a little intro. I'm not gonna edit the intro, just put that together. And then once I realized that my passion for Twitch and YouTube started dying because I realized I had no more drive. I'm like, I'm the best already. I don't shout out to all my brothers that still grinding it though. But me personally, my mindset is I'm the best. It's no shot to them. That's just how you're supposed to feel.
Oh, absolutely.
I'm the best. Nobody can beat me. And it's true. Nobody could beat us. We had the best record in the game, period. Like, and at that point, I just didn't have a drive anymore. Yeah. So I was like, you know what? I need to feel, I shouldn't feel like Vince Young. I should feel like LeBron James. I should be here trying to get more.
Yep.
And I'm already at the top, and there's nothing here. There's nothing at the top. Like there's nothing here. So when we were looking into Call of Duty, I woke up and I was like, there was no way I could ever live with myself knowing that Justin is this amazing at Call of Duty. And I'm wasting his talent on this game where people will always feel like you're only good because you're using this. You're only good because you have this archetype. You're only good because you have this badge. But then I'm like, what excuse can you use if he drops a nuke on you?
Yeah.
What excuse can you use in the battle royale? He has 30 of them things. What excuse then? And was it like, yo, this ain't it. We gotta push ourselves. We gotta really fight with ourselves. Like, yo, I want to get better. What is the top? And I see people like a shout out to Doug is Raw. Doug, he averaged 1,000 viewers. Now Kahlief, now 1,000 viewers sound good, right? But we had 1,800, and we only had 600 subs. And we go to the call community, and I see people with 1,000 viewers with 15,000 subs. I'm like, wait, hold up.
Y'all making these type of bags over here? Wait. Oh, okay.
Hold on.
Where you get that?
Wait. I got 1,800. And you got less than me. Why you got more? Wait, what's 15,000 times 5? Baby, what's 50,000 times 5? I'm like, hold on, that's he in the 10th of thousandaires? Oh yeah, no. I'm in the wrong community.
It kind of talks to and this is the thing that I see just kind of like peeking in and out of various communities on Twitch, right? Where I'm a huge 2K fan. We've had folks from 2K on the show a couple of times before. And I love what that game is when you're playing it in its kind of most purest form, right? But I know that also is a pretty toxic layer within the 2K community. We all see it. I've been in Operation Sports' forums for years. I know how that stuff works. We all know how some of that stuff works. And it kind of plays itself out into not only just the way that you are playing folks when you're playing online, but when you are in content creator spaces. I kind of want to dig back to something that you talked about, which I think is really important about you said, we don't say the N-word, we don't cuss. The tie to that I want to make is around business, right? So you've become a business at this point. You two are working together, making these business decisions and making these business moves. How important has it been to play, air quoting, playing clean when kind of approaching and pitching yourselves to companies out here? How has that differentiated you two from the pack, from everybody else?
You mind if I take this? You want to walk up on them? Give me some TreAndJ. Give me some TreAndJ.
Yeah, I got this.
Man. Can I get this real quick?
I appreciate it.
Appreciate you.
I do. First of all, before I answer that question, I want to say shout out to all my brothers out there that's still grinding 2K. That before Kahlief, give me 1 second. I want to first of all say shout out to all my brothers grinding 2K. The Monster, Duke Dennis, Davis, Poor Boy Sin, Cole the Man, Hollywood. A lot of these guys. I can't name everybody because I can't think of everybody off the top of my head, but I love all of these guys. One of the biggest pushes was I saw a video from Cole the Man, and everybody kept asking Cole to say the N-word. It was like, just say it one time, just say it one time. Cole kept saying, no, I won't say it. It's gonna mess up my brand. And people will not like me, not love me. And I thought to myself, if he can't say it, and he's trying to expand, he's expanding. Now Cole is huge. He's in overtime. They in Miami. They doing some amazing things.
Yeah.
Not one time have you ever heard them slip up or make a mistake. And they're doing amazing stuff now. Like they driving Ferraris and Porsches. And for Jay and I thought to myself, just because I have the skin tone to say it, doesn't mean that everybody's gonna accept it. The people that have the companies that are the ones that'll take you to that level will not be the ones that'll bring you in if you're saying things that somebody not my skin tone can't say.
Right.
So we figured, yo, if we clean up our image and we do this in the correct way, not selling out, but growing, adapting, building, seeing more. Yeah, it's fine for a rapper to say it. That's where that's cool. But this is gaming. This is not rapping. I'm not from the streets. I'm not trying to pretend like I'm from the streets. I'm from the hood or anything like that.
Yeah.
I'm here to build something for somebody else, not just me. But I'm trying to make an opportunity for other people. I want to make an opportunity not for just Jay and I, but the people that are in our crew. And the only way to do that is by having jobs and opportunity and money coming in. To be able to be like, here, I got a job for you now. Here, take this graphic effects. Here, hey, work on videos. You've been going to school for this? Oh, you a manager? Or you want to be a manager? You'll be on management. When you finish, you'll be our manager when you're done. And that comes from cleaning your image up, doing things the correct way. Just because Lil Baby could say it or the baby could say it, that's music. That's where it's meant to be at. But if you look at the people that's making the most money on Twitch,
I ain't saying that.
You ain't gonna hear Tim the Tap Man saying the N-word. You're not gonna hear.
I can't front. It would be hilarious if you wound up slipping.
You saw Ninja did it once.
Hey, listen.
That ain't hurt that man bag. Not a drop.
I mean, but the thing is,
I know what you mean.
The thing is, for me, it's different if I say it. If I say it, it look like, oh, nope, he's from the streets. We don't want that here.
Nah. Can't pick that up.
You want to have the most cleanest image. You don't want to give anybody an excuse to say, I will not pick them.
Yeah.
So once, okay, the gameplay's there. Our personality's there. Our mouth is clean. Our language is clean. The professionalism is right there. What other excuse do you have not to bring these two young men to your company to help expand, to open doors for other people that hadn't thought to move in this way, to open those doors for other people? I'm not just thinking about me. I'm thinking about my team. I'm thinking about my family, the people I can open up an opportunity for, not just for myself. And that starts from an example, just living an example of who I really am and being like, yo, let's do this. And let's clean up our image to where people have no excuse not to choose us.
Yeah. And it's also one of those things too, where all the cats who are like, yo, say it, you'll do it. Those are the same cats that'll still dip on you anyway. You know what I mean? Like as soon as you wind up not getting the bag that you wanted to get, as much as they were talking all that stuff and pushing you, they still will dip on you super, super fast too.
Don't let me catch you on 45th Street since you want to say it now. Wait.
Yeah, right. Yeah, it's always those cats too. It's always those folks who are like talking all that mess. I want to talk about, because you dug into something else that I thought was really interesting. Was we always hear the conversation. Let's keep it real. It's Black History Month. We're going to dig into it. Is the conversation around having to work twice as hard to get half as far, right? We talk about that all the time. Hey, my white friends and white listeners who spawn on me. We talk about this all the time. But it's part of the conversation where, we see folks getting bags out here who, one, don't have amazing content and aren't as entertaining, We have folks out here who are not really brand ready. They haven't gotten their business stuff together. They haven't kind of figured out where they want to land themselves in any of those spaces, and they're still getting bags in monumental ways. And one of the things that we have been doing on the show has been trying to champion both in the streaming spaces and in the esports spaces to say there is room for us, and we have fantastic content creators in our spaces who look like us. Why are we not getting some of the opportunities that other folks are getting? I want to dig into, and if you have thoughts about, the kind of state of Twitch, the kind of state of content creation for you two. Do you find that you're getting opportunities that are kind of being passed to you that you are expecting at this point? Do you feel like you're being sometimes, passed over for things that you should have gotten? How are you kind of thinking about those parts of the game right now?
I would have to say, honestly, coming from nothing, coming from just the bottom and literally building all the way up. And, shout out to our mom, always having us in church, always having us to believe in God and stuff like that. We are very grateful for anything that we never feel like we're entitled to anything. We never feel like anybody owes us anything, because honestly, in this world, nobody owes you anything. Like, doesn't matter what stature you're at, you have to work to earn that respect, that sponsorship, that opportunity. And honestly, Tre and I are just always hungry, because we know what it's like to be at the bottom. And we never want to go back to that ever again. I never want to work a 9 to 5. I never want to be at that point where I'm not financially stable. So, with that mindset and that mentality of not making excuses and just going in, getting your job done, and just getting out and just working hard, honestly, we are very grateful for any opportunity we get. To even be interested in that opportunity. We are very grateful for that. No, it doesn't matter what it is. There are some things that we may feel like, that doesn't really fit us. Sure. Like I'm cool, I'll pass on that. But the fact that you even looked at us, I just want to thank you for that opportunity. And I want to thank you for reaching out, because also, not like I said, nothing is given out here. You're supposed to earn it and be very grateful. That's why I'm very grateful for the viewers that we have, the fans that we have, supporters that we have. Doesn't matter where we are, whether I'm at 10 viewers or 100 viewers, I'm always going to show appreciation, because they don't have to watch you. Companies don't have to reach out to you or anything like that. So the fact that you are grateful means that, and you're always positive, and you're always willing to work hard, and you're always willing to go the extra mile to get that opportunity. I feel like that's nothing but the blueprint to success, because we never will get complacent ever. No. Because we always have that mindset, like, okay, I did this, but there's always more out there. I got this, but I want this. There's this, but I don't really want that. I want to go maybe this route, because I see this and I want that. Like, Tre and I are just always on go. Never like, oh, well, I got this, so, I can kick back and relax. No, because just as quick as you can get something, you can lose it just like that. So,
just to add on to Jay's point, I will say, I will be 100% honest with you. Yes, it is harder if you're an African-American streamer and you're trying to grow and you're trying to build. I have said this multiple times, and I will be on record. Shout out to King Richard. I think King Richard should be at 15, 20,000 views. I'm sorry.
Agreed.
Y'all might get upset at me and be like, no, that man has won multiple Apex championships, has won multiple Fortnite tournaments. That man has just been in every single thing you could possibly think of.
Consistent.
That man deserves 15 to 20,000 views, period, because that man is top tier at whatever game he touches.
Yep.
And he still hasn't gotten the respect that he deserves. You said, I am a fan of King Richard. Like, I do strongly believe that it is a lot harder. But there are people that have made it to that huge stage, like Daquan. Shout out to Daquan. Yep. He has made it to 15,000, 20,000. But he's a lucky few, you know what I mean? Out of everybody, out of all the African-American streamers. And again, it mostly comes from most of us just migrate in 2K. Like, we migrate in 2K, and we migrate in Madden.
Sports games.
And those games don't receive the sponsorships and the partnerships and the contracts that nothing, you don't see Red Bull or Dell or Intel or Microsoft or
Logitech,
you don't see Logitech, you don't see that in Madden 2K or any. All of that stuff is where? It's in Fortnite. It's in COD. It's in PUBG. It's not so. And a lot of us, where we grew up from, a lot of people don't grow up loving shooting games. They don't grow up loving first-person shooting. We all grew up with what? A basketball in our hand. What was your? You probably grew up with that little Nerf ball with the little hoop and you throw it in. You remember that little
yeah.
With the little blue at the bottom.
Yeah.
You and your little Pampers going like this. Like, you know what I'm talking about, the little Fisher Price hoop.
Oh, man.
Dunking and dropping at the same time.
Right? You know what I mean? Yo, you're gonna stop.
Where we dropping, boys? Where we dropping?
You're gonna stop with that nice beard. You're gonna stop.
Yeah, okay.
Like, I mean, in all honesty, you know, that's normally how it is. It's sports. Sports is what runs African American life. It's because that's what we're told is gonna help us to go to college and to make it out the hood and to be successful. Is you gotta either play sports or you gotta be a scholar. Yeah. You know, and honestly, a lot of African Americans back then wasn't looking at Call of Duty. Shout out to the guys that started it, like Censor and all these other guys that were at the beginning. I mean, at the beginning of esports, of MLG. We weren't really there on the scene. It's only a handful. Like John was there, Study was there, but it's a few. You know what I mean? So, but now since things have evolved, things are evolving. Like Black streamers are getting a shout out to Gangsters, Youngsters, Torva, Redman. Who else am I missing? It's quite a few more that are like jumping on this scene. And shout out to my boy Juju, that plays Fortnite. I mean, when I say he's an amazing Fortnite player.
Entertaining too.
I mean, got the Brooklyn accent and everything. Like just
with the silky on.
You know what I mean? I mean, just an amazing entertainer who has grown his image. And you look at other streamers that have grown their image that are Black streamers, it is tough because we haven't been here. And now, if a company does look at a Black streamer, they're gonna think, does he come from those communities, ones where like it's heavy on the N-word? It's taking a risk because you have no clue
what you're gonna get
until you show and prove. Like, no, listen, I still come from that. Let's not disrespect it. I come from it. It's helped me become who I am. It's helped me get that fire and that grind. It's not a handicap. It's a badge of honor. Like, yo, I come from there. I made it, to be here. And I still love where I come from. But I'm here to show you, like, yo, we belong here too. We can get here too and show you we just as talented as anybody else. So bring those opportunities our way.
You better preach, boy.
Kahlief,
you better preach.
I want to say this too, Kahlief. I'm 27.
Yeah.
I'm not doing nothing but getting older, bro. Like me and you both, we getting older. You know what I mean?
Oh, I got you by at least 10 years at this point.
Right. So, but the thing is,
you could have fooled me.
Right, you could have fooled me. You look good.
We see Black Don't Crack. Y'all see? Hey, y'all see him?
Lotion and cocoa butter and coconut water.
Cocoa butter.
Hey,
I turned 41 this year. I turned 41 this year.
Oh, yes, sir. Hey, congrats. You look good.
Let me know when you look good.
Thank you,
we can issue you a because Yo,
it's all in Battlefield support packs I'll be dropping.
Yes, sir. Oh my God. Yo, look. But in all honesty, just I'm 27. I'm getting older. And most people that play video games, I've seen for some reason in the car community, they just have in any game. They just have this thing where, like, if you're over the age of 24, you're old.
Yeah. Stigma.
And I'm like, I beg to differ. I only played Call of Duty for 2 years. It's not about your age. It's about your drive, your hunger. If I want something, you might be 19, 20. I've been gaming for a lot longer than you. So I understand my fundamentals a little bit different. Yeah, if you've been playing Call of Duty since you was 12, 13, that's fine. But I've been doing this for a hot minute. So for me to learn something is a lot easier and a lot quicker because I've already been doing this for a while.
Right.
So when I come over here and people be like, you 27, you old, I might be old, but I have a lot more knowledge and a lot more wisdom than what you think. So when I come over here and you just give me some time. It's not about me being, give me time to learn this. I'm gonna body you at some point. I'm gonna start bodying you. You're gonna see it happen because it's not about my age. Matter of fact, your prime is when you like 26 to like 32, 33.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
So if anything, you should be more afraid of me than I am afraid of you.
You young and you got reaction time, but I have experience.
Right.
That's what separates
us. And also, too, I'm playing with a purpose. I'm playing with a chip on my shoulder. I'm not playing because I'm fast. I'm playing because I'm 27. I'm getting older. My time is going to come. My time is going to change. And it's going to be like, yo, all right, I got to do something else. But until that time comes, I'm focusing on like, yo, I'm about to get this right now. I'm about to get it right. So I'm going to be on well, I can't say that because they're young. but you give me time to learn what I need to learn and figure the things out. I'm finna body you. I promise you. Because I'm playing with a drive, with a focus, with a fire. You playing just because
fun.
It's just fun.
It's just fun.
I'm not playing for fun. I'm playing because I need this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like my grandmother's 76 years old. She's still working 16-hour shifts.
Wow.
My family need this.
Wow.
So I'm not playing for the fun of this. I'm not doing it to just be cute. I'm here to get in, grind, and build something for the next person to come along. Like, oh, you think you're nice? Now I'm about to put one of my little homies on you. Get him. Get him and call. Get him. I'm telling you right now. You know
I mean, that's the beauty of it, right?
Yeah.
The beauty of having the ability to kind of understand that it's not just, especially when you've moved from just doing it as an enthusiast to doing it as a career and as a business. It changes the way that you look at the way you approach games, the way you approach your streaming, the way you approach your content creation. One of the things that I actually really, really appreciate and love, because I'm little behind the scenes stuff. We've been podcasting for 6 years now. I've been in the gaming industry for around 10, from blogging to doing all this other stuff. But we transitioned and tried to make a visual representation of what a podcast should look like with ourselves being on Twitch. And it's been very difficult trying to figure out good ways to cross-pollinate all the stuff that we do here in audio form and then kind of growing with YouTube and TikTok and all the other stuff. I'm not on TikTok because I ain't dancing for nobody.
Neither am I.
I'm not either.
But what the thing I love about what you've all been able to figure out has been you've grown your streams and your YouTube content really, really well. Is there something to kind of the way that you've approached that part of the game that feels different? Have you had any, I know a lot of folks who, when you start to get a little bit bigger, you start to get a little bit more help with editing and, I need someone to help me make a thumbnail real fast or any of that kind of stuff. What's the process been for y'all to kind of make that transition for yourselves even easier than most?
Honestly, I would say just having a system, because me personally, I've always been a visual. Like I like listening to words, but I need to see it. I need to see it in front of me so that I know exactly what to do. So, oh, you did this like this. Okay, I need to do it just like that, but I'm going to do it better than you to try to get higher. So, just us coming up with a system like, okay, I'll edit this video, you edit this video, we're going to knock it out. We're going to do this, and this in the video, and we're going to start experimenting with things and see what happens, see what type of feedback we get. Once we figure out what the system is and the method that works, we're just going to attack it and just keep doing it, just keep doing it, just keep doing it until we get to that point to where we have to evolve again, change it up a little bit, do a little more experimenting. When we get to that point, then once we find another system, just keep repeating it and just keep repeating it. Just pretty much just making life simpler on us by having a vision board, just in simpler terms. Just because once you have a vision board, it makes things easier than you always having it crunched in your head, because you already have a lot on your plate as it is as a content creator.
Yes.
You always have to be thinking about, other people's feelings, other people's emotions. You have to be thinking about your emotions. A lot of people don't know content creators are humans just as well as you are. So we go through our everyday problems, our everyday struggles, but we have to put them to the side and bottle them up to tend to you guys. And, sometimes a content creator may have that breaking point where he just snaps and he's like, whoa, like I've never seen that before, because as content creators, we have to hold all that in. So if you have a vision board, it makes things easier because you could just, okay, I did this, check that off. What's next on the list? Okay, I got to do this. Let me do this right now. Let me go and attack that right there. Rather than you have it in your head and you forgetting and maybe losing out on an opportunity or possible finances, stuff like that.
To add, sorry.
Shoot that booty. He was about to hit it. I saw it.
That butter.
I saw it.
Just to add, another thing that helps with success is organizing yourself. One of the things that Jay and I did when we came back, we always take a vacation every November. When we were on vacation, we were telling each other, you know what? If we're gonna take this serious, we gotta really get organized. You can't just wake up every day and just be freestyling everything. Mm-hmm. You gotta set a schedule for yourself. And I was on my phone. I was trying to show the schedule, but I can't show the schedule because it won't show on the camera. But I wanted to show the schedule, like literally we have the same, iPhones, everything sync up together if you wanted to. Mm-hmm. So we synced up all of our calendar together. 9 o'clock to 11 o'clock, we're working out before the stream. We work out. So every 9 o'clock to 11 o'clock, we work out before the stream. That's in the schedule. That alarm goes off at 8:30. I got to be up to work out from 9 o'clock to 11 o'clock. Then at 11 o'clock, it's from 11 to 7. That's 8-hour stream. Mm-hmm. Then after 11 to 7, I take a break for 2 hours. We take a break for 2 hours. That's all in our calendar.
Wow.
And there's alarms that go off every time. And then at 9 o'clock, we're supposed to be up. Either we're going to stream again or we're going to do editing. Mm. So now we up at 9. So now from 9, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, we're editing.
Or we're streaming.
Or we're streaming. And then after you're done, then you're like, okay, I stopped at 11. Let me get like 3-4 hours of training in. So now 11, 12, 1, 2, I'm in the bed at 2 o'clock.
Wow.
It's a schedule. Like you can't just go around this thing. You can't just go streaming and think that you can just freestyle it like you rapping. No, this is a real job. You have to treat this like a real job. If you're not upset at yourself when you skip a day of streaming, like if you sick and you wake up just and then you're like, oh man, I'm sick. If you're not beating yourself up like, damn, I could be streaming right now. I'm about to lose momentum. I'm about to lose money. If you're not mad at yourself, you don't want this. You gotta be upset.
Nope.
That's why when we both got sick at the same time. We didn't take not one day off.
Still was on.
I will get better when I get off stream. Even if I only stream for 5 hours, I will get better when I get off. Matter of fact, I'm gonna be better when I'm on because I'm gonna be around that positive people telling me get better, get well. If I just sit in my room all day watching reruns of shows, that's not gonna fuel my fire to want to get. That's not gonna make my body say, "Hey, fight this cold." Yeah. But if I'm working and I'm sick, they gonna be like, "Hey, get better." Every time I see get better, my body's like, mm-hmm. You feel what I'm saying? Like
look like Mario.
Jump in the air, get a little powder, like, I'm ready.
but I that's hilarious.
Oh my goodness!
First of all, that your body makes that noise, that's amazing. Second of all, because I remember very specifically, and I'm happy Jay touched on this when he talked about the mental like fortitude that you have to have when it comes to building a brand and building a community and doing that stuff. I remember very specifically, I popped into the stream one day. I was lurking real fast. I was at work, and Tre was like in mid apology for I guess maybe you got a little bit upset or you were flustered and you got kind of mad at the stream, or you were talking to the chat and you were upset. Yeah. And I was really impressed with how you shared that emotional like those emotions to your stream and said, yo, I had an off day. Like I wasn't right when I came to y'all, and what I want to bring to you is good energy, and I wasn't able to do that on that day, and I'm sorry. That was a profound thing, because that's a thing that, in our communities especially, it's like we don't apologize for stuff. We don't share our emotions for stuff like that. We don't do that work internally and definitely not externally. You don't share that stuff out with people. So I was really impressed with the fact that you did that and you took time to do that, and you two have both shared the want to be there for your community in that way.
Absolutely.
Which is fantastic. I just wanted to poke at that really quick, because I thought that was a really important point.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
We're almost at the end of the first part of the stream for tonight. One of the things I wanted to dig into specifically was we have a lot of folks who watch Spawn on Me and listen to the show who are content creators, who are thinking about the process, who are thinking about either streaming or having the ability to kind of take that next level in the stuff that they've been doing. What's a couple of quick tips that you can give to folks at home who may just be starting out to kind of start the process, or who have gotten to that kind of first stage, but they haven't been able to kind of jump over the hump? What's a little bit of information you can give to those folks at home to kind of help them out?
I feel we can pinball off each other.
Yeah, we definitely can.
Number one on the list is definitely be authentic. Definitely be authentic. Be yourself. Do not try to do what you see other streamers doing. Do not try to act like them, because you were created just to be you. You being you is what makes you different and what makes you fit. You know, people are going to gravitate to you, but you just have to always have that authenticity about yourself. You know, with you being authentic, everything feels more natural for you, rather than you getting on stream, being somebody you're not, and then somebody, that fan or a fan, sees you in public and sees you're a completely different person. That's one thing that Tre and I have always prided ourselves on, is always being authentic. If I'm having an off day, or if I'm just like not in the right type of mind, I'm gonna express to the stream and let them know, like, you know, I'm not really having a good day today, but we're gonna try to pick things up, you know, and I'm gonna be myself, but just, you know, if I'm not talking as much, I apologize, but, you know, I'm just not really in a good mood, or I'm just not feeling myself.
Yeah.
You know, also hard work. This is definitely not an easy road, nor is it an easy journey. It takes hard work, and
takes years.
It takes years.
It takes years.
I want you guys to know that this is not something that can happen that happens overnight.
Right.
Should I say notoriety doesn't happen overnight?
No.
Because a lot of people that blow up overnight don't last long. They don't last long.
They blow up overnight and their careers die in the morning.
Absolutely. So, you know, when you want longevity in your career, this is a everyday grind, because you always have to be working towards something.
Right.
You know, also consistency. It's okay to take one day off, maybe two, but when you're just starting, you're kind of behind the 8 ball, because there's already people ahead of you that's already been doing this. You have to make up for the time that you've lost, and then get that time back, and then go over that,
and then double the time,
right,
that you see other people, you know, like that's already made it.
Yeah.
You gotta double what they doing. You gotta look at what they're doing and be like, oh, okay, so he streams 8. Let me get 16. Let me go to 6. Let me get 16 of them things, because you gotta beat the one thing that fuels everything is passion. If let's just put it this way. If you are not a passionate person, do not choose streaming as your choice of a career, because you will go through a lot of ups and downs. And when you go through, the one thing I learned over this whole entire journey is, until you go through a down, or you go through a period where you experience a hate that you've never experienced, you ain't made it yet. You ain't made it yet.
Every content creator that has blown up has had some sort of dirt
where they did something wrong or made a mistake, and it blew. I mean, it took all hundreds of thousands of views. People that have never seen you before, like, I hate him. I hope he died. I hope something crawl up his butt. Like, just.
You said what? Hold on. You said what? Hold on. You said,
hey, I'm killing him today. I am killing him, bro.
Because that's a very special hate.
It is.
Yeah.
Crawl up your butt hate is a very special hate.
Yo, Kay, I will tell you this. There was a Reddit post that went viral on us, and it was so misconstrued. It was just taken so out of proportion. And it was a guy having a bad day.
Yeah.
So he said, I'm going to ruin their careers. I'm having a bad day.
Wow.
So I'm just going to ruin their careers. He had been watching us for years. He knew how we joked around with people. He knew how we laughed with and all that other stuff. Jay and I said, hey, y'all, $20, and me and Jay will finish the MKX career. I mean, the MKX story mode.
Yeah.
We had already been streaming for like 16, 17 hours. Now, Jay and I were just joking. Everybody knows we joke like that. We joke all the time like that.
Mind you, we were on the pause screen in Mortal Kombat.
We were
on the pause screen.
Playing story, but we had just paused and we were just joking. Now, what do we have that's called a subathon? You know how like I'll only keep streaming if you keep subbing?
Absolutely.
There was nothing wrong with that. But if I say 20, a hot 20, and I'll continue the story.
Mind you, we've never done a subathon ever.
Ever.
Right.
Never.
Right.
But he took that clip
Also, did not add. Didn't add.
What?
Tell him.
He didn't clip the part where we said, "Hey, yo, we just joking. We gonna give it right back anyway." Because a friend of ours from 2K Hollywood had donated 20, and I'm like, "Hey,
shout out to Hollywood.
We gonna give it right back to him anyways." The next day, I went back and donated 20 right back to him. I'm like, "You know, I love you, bro."
Right.
And he was like, "Hey, man, I freaking love y'all." The next day, that clip took off
overnight.
Really?
Overnight. It was at like 100 and something thousand views. I'm talking about racism. I'm talking about hate. People wanted to kill us. People hope that we died. People wish bad luck on us. I'm like, what? It was a joke. It was a joke. We were joking.
There were YouTube channels that made.
I mean, they were trying to bury us. Like, they was like, this is sickening. This is disgusting. This person, but I'm like, wait. You're telling me that I'm not, that even, let's say it wasn't a joke. Let's say if I wasn't joking.
Right.
You're telling me I'm not worth $20? Not 100K, not 100, not 1,000, not 5,000, not 10,000, 20. You know how little I could get with. I go on Amazon right now. Give me some charger cables, maybe one of them a Hanes t-shirt, and some socks for $20 on Amazon.
You can't take anybody to Outback Steakhouse on $20.
What? I'm like, I was like, this is only $20.
That's $20.
Y'all want to bury us for $20, but then you got something. I'm not gonna do that. But you got other people that have done.
Not
big
on the plat.
offenses.
Not on the plat. Not on the plat.
But we're not. But that's the thing. You got to be passionate. So you have to really love what you do. You have to know who you are. You have to really know who you are and love what you do, because at any point you can get lost in doing this. I mean, like completely lost, where you're just like, I don't know who I am anymore. I don't know if I'm my stage name or if I'm me. That's why G and I used to be called Tre the Archangel. I changed my name to Tre D Me. I don't want a stage name, because I want people to always understand this is who I am. There is no stage. When I get off camera, I'm still the same person. You can walk up to me and be like, "Hey Tre," I'm gonna be like, "What's good? How you doing?" I'm the same guy. I'm the same person. I'm not I don't have nothing on me, no makeup. This is just me. Well, the makeup, I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I do use sometimes. No, I'm just kidding. Wait.
let me find out the next stream gonna be a Fenty stream. Yo, when you start making Fenty money, then I'm gonna have to try to figure.
No, I'm telling you, bro.
Nah. Only makeup gonna be used over here is cocoa butter and lotion.
But
just honestly, like with being an up and coming streamer, understand that you might not make your first real amount of money till about maybe 3 years. You might not get a partnership till about 3 years. You might not start doing collaborations till about maybe 4 or 5. But the whole thing is, as long as you are competing, not just with other people, but competing with yourself. If you don't, one person told me, if you can't sit down and watch your whole entire stream from beginning to end, that ain't it, Chief. Your stream ain't it. You should be able to sit down and do like this and be like, hold on, I'm funny as a hold up. If you can't sit down and watch your own stream, critique yourself, see what you're doing wrong. And that's why I apologize, Kay, because when I went back to the stream, because of my passion and my drive to be the best, I want Best Streamer Award. That's what we're going for. I want Best Streamer Award. I'm not just going just the number one person in the number one streaming card. No, I want what I see. Dr. Disrespect, we're the number one streamer. Okay, let's do something new then. Let's make something new. So what he created, he walk around in the stadium and all that other stuff. All right, let's show both gameplays. Let's bring comedy to this, like sit down, real comedy to streaming that people have never seen before, energy people have never seen before. Because I want Best Streamer Award. I want to go to Twitch. I want to go to Twitch with that little suit on and be like, I'm nominated. Even if I don't win, I'm nominated. Because you're competing every single day, not just with other people, but you're competing with you. What you didn't achieve when you was a kid, what you did achieve when you was younger. Okay, you won 2. I told Jay the other day, you won 2 MVPs when you was younger. Now, what does that do for you right now? What does those 2 MVPs in high school do for you now? Will those MVPs make you money? Is that trophy worth money? Oh, it's not. So what will that do for you now? How will you stack? What trophies will you stack now?
For this.
That's the passion. That's the drive that people don't get to see. They just see us get on stream every day. But you got to understand where you got to know yourself. Like, what are you doing this for?
What do you want?
Are you doing this because you want to be famous? You want to be popular? Because I'll tell you this right now. If you're doing this for fame, you could do anything for fame.
Honestly.
You could do any, but success, that's you. That's for you. That's something that you're striving for every single day. Again, I'm going to say it again. My passion is my family. My grandmother is 76. She's still working 16-hour shifts. She owns her own business, but she working 76.
Yeah.
I gotta stop that.
Yeah.
We gotta stop that. No, I'm trying to. Hey, listen here. I will buy your business from you, and now here you take that money and you go do whatever you want with it. My grandmother wants to see the world. I want to give her that opportunity. So you gotta find your passion and find your drive. That's gonna make you wake up at 2 o'clock in the morning and upload your videos at 2 or 3 in the morning before everybody else get up. You're gonna be up early to work out, to keep your body and your mental in shape. You're gonna be on for 8 to 9 to 10 to 12 to 13 hours of stream and keep the same energy. And if you do make a mistake, be not so proud to say, I apologize, I'm sorry, and then come back better, come back stronger, to build, to grow, to help somebody else. And then not just being for you, you gotta be able to help other people. That's what it is too. It's not just about you too, man. It's you gotta have it. You gotta have it. You gotta have it.
Yo, I think honestly, if there was any way to end this part of the stream and this episode of Spawn on Me, that was the way to do it. Again,
my guy.
Like no BS, for real. Like, I knew when I was gonna bug you both about coming onto the show that the passion that you have, the energy that you have, the want to build not only yourselves into better use every day, but build your content and your business into something that is formidable and something that people cannot deny, has always been something that I've, even in the short time that I've been able to see your work, it comes through every stream. It comes through every time I see you. It comes through in every interaction I've seen you have, not only with your chat, but even in social. It's just is a great amount of positivity and energy that is coming through the stream right now. I see it. I see all the love in the chat. I'm sure the love that's going to be given to you all once this part of the stream is over and once this episode is out in the world. But I wanted to thank you both for, again, like we are always trying to find really dope people to spotlight and to showcase them doing really good things in the world. And it's great that you get to do that every stream. It's great that you get to do that with the pieces of content that you have. And it really does me well as an old head to be able to see young cats like y'all killing it and making it worth everything that you all been working for. So, again, thank you two for coming through to the show tonight and rocking with us. Before we get up out of here for the interview part of the show, definitely let everybody know where they can check out all your work, where they can check out your streams and your content.
You can go first.
Follow us on Twitch at Tre and J. Follow us on Twitter. Wait, right there at the bottom. Go ahead, Jay.
Also, that's about it, honestly. You guys can follow us on Instagram too, but we don't really use that platform like that just yet.
Yeah.
But honestly, our main platforms are our Twitter, which is below, and our Twitch, which is twitch.tv/TreAndJ. And follow us on. You can also follow our individual Twitters at Justin L. Hazzard.
And Justin L. Hazzard.
And that's about it, honestly.
AK.
Yo.
This is one thing I didn't get to say.
What up?
Remember I told you about that competition thing?
Yes, sir.
I watched the last podcast. I was loving that one. And I told you, it's about competition.
Oh.
Every way I see it possible. I want to make it to where the next time you do this, that next person, they got to come in here and they got to put it, like if they really...
Episode 325?
Yeah. 325, he got to come in here.
Yeah. He got to change the game.
He got to come in here. He got to put work in over here now.
I think we set the bar. I think we set the bar.
So competing, bro. It's competing. You got the next person 325. You got to come in here at 325, and you got to come in here. You got to compete now.
It might just wind up being me. I'm gonna have to come in through. I'm just have to be like, yo.
I know.
I got to throw my hands on yo. We go.
Hey, no, hey, chill.
I might creep up on behind your camera, like, how y'all doing? Y'all out there?
That's what we know is real for real. We're gonna see Tre just pop up out the side. He gonna be like this. Yo, what's Kai doing? What he supposed to be doing? He can bring that energy. No bars.
Spawn on me. Twitch.tv/spawn on me.
You will see this thing come out of nowhere right on top of.
Hey, it'll be worth it. It'll be worth it. It'll be worth it. It'll be worth it for real.
Like this. It's like a little claw machine. It's like a.
I'm walking with grandma's spatula right in the back, like.
It's gonna be a random sweat rag. You gonna just body a person, just be like, yo, snatch him up. Everybody in the chat, here in podcast land, here in Twitch land, these again are the shows that you can only get on Spawn on Me. Tre and J, thank you so very much for rocking with me tonight. This has brought me life. You have definitely set the bar extremely high for the show and for the rest of 2020 for damn sure.
Yes, sir.
Understand that you have anytime you want a place here in Brookago, you are always welcome back. Again, everything has been even better than I could have ever expected.
What about your house? I got a place there too. Like I saying, you know,
we ain't that far. I'm up north. You down in Cali. I'm up in Oregon.
I just want to know. I just want to know if I come.
Come on through. For real. Everybody here in podcast land, thank you so very much for rocking with us this week and every week. It is a pleasure to do these shows. It is amazing to have amazing guests like Tre and J rocking with us this week. Again, if you are checking out our work, make sure you check us out on patreon.com/spawnonme if you want to get some more thoughts a little bit early. Again, we're going to be doing some big things at E3 this year. We have a couple other things that we're trying to plan out. GDC may be a wash because of the coronavirus. That's a whole nother conversation.
Yeah.
So I may not be going to GDC this year.
Yeah.
Ooh.
But you can always come check us out here on twitch.tv/spawnonme for more dopeness every week. Everybody else who is here listening or watching on Twitch, hang out. We're going to go play some COD for like 30 minutes or so, get some games in, look how old I am, see my carpal tunnel in action, make it for real.
Stop. You better stop, man. Come on now.
I'll be
Stop
like,
you better stop.
when you see me moving the controller, it's going to sound like an old Negro spiritual. That's the way it sounds.
Hey, listen, if Tom Brady can play at 47,
Tell him.
and still win a championship,
Tell him.
See, but he got cryotherapy and ice baths and stuff. He be running and stuff. I sit a lot. I had an IT job. That don't work.
I said a lot.
Everybody here on Twitch, hang out. We're gonna throw up. We'll be right back real fast. Gonna move some things around, get the stream together for some COD gameplay. Much love to you all at home, and peace.